Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about something that's happened pretty recently. It's called the East Calls, which by East I mean Eastern Orthodoxy. Alright, so as you can probably tell, I'm very heavily considering Eastern Orthodoxy, and in this presentation, I will lay out why. So the first slide is doubts with Catholicism. So, especially as of late, I've been having some doubts. Well, let me list them out for you. The first one is liberalism. Stuff like Prad masses approved by the Pope, approved by Leo. I would say some globalism, which is what a lot of people argued Vatican II was, but just too much fellowship with other religions. My second point is the authority of the Pope. I don't really see any examples of him using this infallibility in the first millennia of Christianity, and apparently the infallibility always existed according to Vatican I, which doesn't really seem right to me. And so yeah, for the first millennium, all the power to one guy like that causes a lot of corruption. When the power is centralized, corruption can spread very easily. You can see this in like the pornocracy of I believe it was 10th century. And Matthew 16 being the rock being the confession of faith makes a lot more sense. My third reason is contradictory, infallible statements and councils. I see that the examples like Trent and Vatican II's on Protestants, and then Florence and Vatican II on Orthodoxy. I see those as kind of contradictory, and they're both infallible according to Roman Catholicism, so that doesn't really make any sense. And kind of on a combination of 2 and 3 is that the Pope or one bishop being able to like excise power over councils. I don't think that's right because yeah, first of all, I believe it was Acts 15, the Pope or Paul or not Paul, my bad. Peter, the first bishop of Rome, is seen being first of all losing a debate to Peter, but that's or to Paul, but that's not important. But needing correction via a council of the church. So the Pope just being able to override ecumenical councils seems kind of ridiculous. And my fourth reason is legalistic theology. I think some theology like the Augustinian view of original sin and that kind of stuff, just too legalistic. I think it makes God seem more like a kind of like a court system than love. And the fifth reason is development of doctrine, which is a very controversial Catholic thing, but I think it just kind of seems like an overstep. It adds on to the tradition laid down by Jesus and the apostles. And my question is, where's the line? Because if we can get pride masses and stuff, where is the line for this development of doctrine? Like where is it? Where's like the harsh limit? Which I don't think there's really a great answer to from what I've heard. All right, and here's why Eastern Orthodoxy is the alternative. So Eastern Orthodoxy has apostolic succession, first of all. Ergo, like they have valid sacraments, and they line their bishops all the way back to the apostles. Even Catholics will agree on this one. Mysticism. I like Eastern mysticism a lot because it leaves room for mystery on some things that aren't fully laid out in the Bible, like in detail, like the Eucharist and essence of God. I believe that a problem that the West has quite a bit is that they kind of put their they put their faith too much in like rationality. So this is how you get like transubstantiation and stuff. All right, as respective traditions, my third one, the Orthodox Church is kind of it's kind of like the shining beacon of tradition. It's basically immune to liberalism. They haven't changed what's handed down from the apostles, so they don't have development of doctrine. They don't change anything. That's like their whole shtick. And even Rome has conceded that Eastern Orthodoxy's current structure is a lot closer than to the first millennia of Christianity than the current Catholic structure. I forgot exactly what document, but they did confirm that. My fourth point is salvation as kind of healing sickness instead of like a juridical guilt, which this is kind of theosis. Because the way the West kind of sets up sin and salvation, it seems like kind of like a court trial instead of like a loving thing, instead of like a loving process. And I think the healing aspect seems a lot more biblical. My fifth point is that there is no supreme head of the church, no supreme bishop or patriarch who can just boss the others around. I like this because decentralized power makes corruption a lot harder to spread. There's unity through doctrine, not necessarily institutionalism. And the sixth one is just beauty. The Orthodox liturgy, icons, and stuff, they are gorgeous. Alright, here's a really goofy argument that I guess is worth bringing up just because. So, in the scenario that I become Eastern Orthodox, if Protestantism is true, then my faith can save me. If Catholicism is true, then Orthodoxy has the valid sacraments, and with the current direction of it, it's probably good. And if Orthodoxy is true, then I'm clearly good because I am Orthodox. So, I know the LARPer allegations are coming. Me converting to Catholicism from Anglicanism and now maybe to Orthodoxy in half a year certainly paints my commitment in a not great light, especially since I stated 2 months ago that I plan to be Catholic for the remainder of my life. I am very aware that I am denom hopping, as some will say, and probably a LARPer, or live action role player. To be honest with you, I'm scared. I'm seeking truth, and I'm going wherever I feel that truth resides. Will I convert? The honest answer I can give you is a maybe. I still attend Mass and RCIA, and I will take these as an opportunity to discern and learn the fullness of Catholicism before making my final decision. Theologically, I am definitely Eastern. The question is Eastern Catholic or Orthodox. This debate rides on the papacy, which I am increasingly doubtful of. I will be attempting to get rides to the Orthodox Church near me and discern more through prayer in the meantime. Thanks for watching the TED Talk. If you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments.